अगर आप भी यहाँ पर आकर इंटरव्यू देना चाहते हैं तो वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में आपको एक गूगल फॉर्म मिलेगा, जाकर आप वो गूगल फॉर्म भर दीजिए, फिर आपका भी इंटरव्यू शेड्यूल होगा और आप भी यहाँ पे आके इंटरव्यू दे पाएंगे। और अगर आप जावास्क्रिप्ट को 0 से एडवांस लेवल तक मास्टर करना चाहते हैं तो आप हमारा द कंप्लीट जावास्क्रिप्ट कोर्स फॉलो कर सकते हैं, जो कि आपको यूट्यूब पे फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मिल जाएगा। उस कोर्स का भी लिंक मैं आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूंगा। और अगर आप पूरा का पूरा फ्रंट एंड ही पढ़ना चाहते हैं, HTML से लेके CSS, जावास्क्रिप्ट, रिएक्ट, गिट एंड गिटहब, npm, टेलविंड, रिएक्ट, रिडक्स, ये सारी चीजें अगर आप पढ़ना चाहते हैं तो उसका भी मैंने एक कोर्स बनाया है, पूरा कंप्लीट फ्रंट एंड बूट कैंप। उस कोर्स का भी लिंक मैं आपको डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूंगा। आपको हर एक कोर्स फ्री में मिल जाएंगे, तो आप जरूर से जाके इन कोर्सेज को चेकआउट करिए। तो चलिए अपने वीडियो को कंटिन्यू करते हैं। हाय विकास, हाउ आर यू?
Fine. What's about you?
Yeah, I'm good. So just introduce yourself, then we will start with the questions.
Yeah. So my name is Vikas Mishra, and currently I am pursuing my bachelor's degree in computer application,
Hmm.
and I am learning web dev from 7 months. So and yeah, that's it. Yes.
Okay. In web development, what are all the technologies you have learned so far?
I have learned HTML, little bit of CSS, and then JavaScript, and a little bit of React, and currently learning Node.js Express.
Okay, that's good. Now, so this interview will be mainly in 3 rounds. Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
where in the first round we will do some theoretical questions, and then I
Okay,
will ask you some output-based questions after that, and then
okay,
one machine coding round where I will ask you to build some project. Okay.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so can you explain me what is HTTP?
HTTP, basically HTTP is a hypertext transfer protocol. HTTP stands for hypertext transfer protocol. It is a way of sending request and receiving response. HTTP basically defines how the request and how the request will send to the server, and how the server will send response to the client.
Okay, that's good. What is difference between HTTP and HTTPS?
So yeah, so HTTP is basically HTTP sends data in without encrypting data. It sends data in like in raw format. Like when we send data, one file, that file name, the just a second. Yeah, so
No
when we
problem.
send the data,
Hmm.
then HTTP sends the data in without encrypting it, and but in HTTPS the data will send in like encrypted. Data will encrypted, and then it will transfer from like client to server or server to client.
Okay, that's good. Now let's come to HTML. So
What?
let's come to HTML part. This was
Okay.
just a web related question.
Okay.
So why do we use doc type in HTML?
Doc type. So doc type is basically used for I think for DOM, to define DOM.
Okay, if we don't use doc type, DOM will not come.
What?
अगर हम लोग डॉक टाइप अगर हम ना लिखें तो डॉम नहीं आएगा क्या? डॉम नहीं बनेगा?
नहीं नहीं नहीं, doc type doc type. I don't remember what is doc type. Why doc type is used?
Hmm, no problem. So why do we use meta tags?
Basically, meta tag is like data about data. So it contains the data of our HTML page, of our web page, that like which language does our web page supports, and uh, like uh, uh, information about our web page.
Okay, that's good. What are semantic tags in HTML?
Semantic and not semantic. Semantic tag is basically to like a structure, make the a structure of a web page, make a structure, or semantic tags are, I think, main, nav, header,
Hmm.
footer.
Okay, so why do we use it?
We use it for define. We use semantic tag to. Uh,
You
make
can explain in Hindi. Let's say while speaking, you feel difficult to
no, 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 no,
explain.
no,
Okay.
difficult. No.
Hmm.
I'm okay in English, but semantic tag are used to basically make the define the structure of our web page, like header, footer.
Okay. So
This.
if we don't use semantic tags, can't we make websites?
Yeah, we can make website, but that we can make website, but it's better to use semantic tag.
Yes, that is the question. Why it is better when we use semantic tags?
I don't remember that.
Okay, no problem. So, do you know what are attributes? Attributes in HTML.
Attribute.
Yes.
Attributes are basically attributes are some information that defines the tag behavior,
Okay.
element
Yes.
behavior or tag. That
Okay. What is difference between element and tag?
element and tag. Element. Basically, tag used to like uh, create something on web page like paragraph and h1 heading tags, and like elements are I think body, head,
Okay, so body is not a tag. Body and head.
which
Body and head, these are not tags.
these are, I think they are elements.
Okay. Okay, that's not correct. Both have both are element and tags, but there is some difference. Okay. So what is difference between div and span?
Div and span.
Hmm.
So basically div basically creates a div basically group group elements in a web page, like I can take example like when we are writing one sentence, and if we have to change some, like we are writing a heading in heading tag, inside the heading tag we are writing some text, but we have to change the some specific text inside that heading tag, then we use their span instead of div, because div uh, basically like group the elements, wrap the elements in a
Okay,
single container.
what will happen if we use div?
Div,
Hmm.
what will happen? Oh, div.
We can also put some text. Let's say someone's name or some company name, and we want to give it bold. So we can wrap it in div. Right now you said we wrap it in span and give some styling. We can do
Yeah,
in div also. What is the issue?
yeah, yeah,
Why
we
don't we?
can do, but div. So I'm not remember.
Okay, no problem. Do you know what is inline element and what is block element?
Inline element and block element.
Yes.
Block. Inline element and block element. Like uh, I don't remember that. That's
Okay, no problem. What is specificity in CSS?
what specific
Is specificity.
specificity.
Yes.
I don't know. Even I am hearing this word first time.
Okay. It is very
Like
important.
CSS, my CSS is very bad, and I don't learn CSS.
Okay, then how you will become front-end developer without knowing CSS?
No, front end like CSS. I don't like styling.
Okay,
That
so
is
do you
very like
want to
it
learn
will
front-end
move.
development?
Yeah.
Yeah, so uh, what do you think? Like without CSS, how you will make websites?
No. Without CSS, like no, without CSS it is not possible. But like yeah, CSS is important.
CSS is important, and anyone doesn't like CSS because it is very difficult and unpredictable. Sometimes it works and sometimes it
Yeah,
doesn't.
like no, CSS is like about creativity. How much I can
No,
like do
actually,
that design.
CSS is not about creativity. You need to learn the difference between designer and a developer. So the
Yeah,
creativity is given to the designer.
designers work.
So they will
Yeah,
make the font color, button
design.
style, how round it will be. All the things will be
Yeah,
given to the designer. So you have to
yeah,
make it as it is given by the designer. Okay, you don't need
yeah,
to think what color should I put here. Okay, I
yeah.
also don't like
Got it.
creativity part, but CSS I like because uh, once you learn
Yeah, CSS is
CSS,
the part of.
yeah,
Yeah.
see, there are three fundamentals of web development. If you don't know any one of these things, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, you cannot become a
Mm.
good front-end developer. You will stuck many times. I've seen people
Yeah,
getting stuck because of CSS for days. Like they will spend their whole time in fixing CSS problem, and it will not fixed. It will not be fixed.
yeah.
So don't
Same thing
ignore CSS.
happening with me. Even I'm trying to center a div, but
Mm.
that is like very
Yeah.
complicated for me.
So CSS you need to learn properly. If once you learn it, let's
Yeah,
say once you learn some tool, you will have power. You will not be afraid of it. Like right now, if you get some CSS task, you'll be oh shit
yeah. Like I was stuck
now
there.
and it is very difficult.
Yeah,
So
CSS.
once once you learn it,
Ex-
you'll feel
Yeah,
empowered. You'll feel powered. Okay, you will
yeah,
not get stuck. And for a front-end developer, CSS is very much required. So
yeah.
learning the fundamentals of CSS is very important. So
Yeah.
you can you can watch my CSS course if you want to learn it very
Okay,
much in
okay,
depth.
okay.
Okay.
I will
So
definitely.
here we will not discuss more questions about CSS.
Skip
What
that.
about okay. So let's see if you perform very good in JavaScript,
Yeah,
that is also good, like for now.
yeah.
Okay. So let's move to JavaScript. So can you
Okay.
tell me what is not what is JavaScript single-threaded or multi-threaded?
JavaScript is single-threaded. Basically,
What
it executes code on single thread.
okay, so what does it mean by single-threaded?
Like single thread is like JavaScript use only one thread of our CPU, and
Okay,
that executes like whole like that executes JavaScript code in a single thread. Like JavaScript runs synchronously one by one, so
okay,
it basically runs on single thread.
okay. Then how these asynchronous tasks are handled, like set timeout and these things?
Yeah, so the asynchronous tasks are they are performed like synchronous tasks are performed. There is the concept called uh, call stack call stack, yeah.
Yes.
So when we perform a synchronous task, then it stays on, then it also goes on. Like when we perform some asynchronous task, then the synchronous task will move to the that call stack or web apis. Like set timeout is a web api, so it will
Mm,
go to the web api stack, and then
mm,
the web api will say, just a second. Then that synchronous task will say I am performing my work, and like then just as web synchronous task will synchronous task will tell that I will perform my work, and the other codes like below that synchronous task, the code will perform themselves. After the asynchronous task will completed, then that asynchronous task will come back to that queue,
Okay,
and that
how does it come, like how does it makes the check that now the call stack is empty, we need to push this task to the call stack, like
so there is the concept like event queue, I think.
event loop.
Event loop, yeah, event loop. So the event loop check the queue of asynchronous task, and if then the event loop will like see the stack is empty, then you push that
Hmm.
asynchronous task in the stack.
So okay, so for all these tasks, are these tasks done in a single thread or some other thread? Hello. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yes, I got disconnected. There is some issue on my net. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, so I was asking this thing. So
yeah.
let's say this asynchronous task which goes to the web API and callback queue and event loop. So all these
Mm.
tasks are done in a single thread or some other thread?
Like they are done in single thread. After
Okay,
asynchronous come to that, after the execution of that thread.
1 minute. There is some issue in my net. Let me check. Just give me a second, okay? Hello.
Yeah, yeah, hello.
So you said all these operations are performed in the single thread, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay, now let's move to another question. What are different data types in JavaScript?
Data types are basically there are two types of data type: primitive and non-primitive. So in primitive data type there are like number, boolean, strings, symbols, and in non-primitive object array.
Okay.
So
So why there are two categories, primitive and non-primitive? What is the main difference?
difference between, so yeah, yeah. The primitive, basically the primitive data types are like when we primitive data type, when we call the like primitive data types, then the value, then the primitive data type send their copy, not they send their reference, like
Hmm.
reference address.
Okay.
But in none, like when we copy, like when we create when we make a copy of a like variable of a primitive variable, then the new variable will be the copy of that like another variable that will not address, like that will not the exact value of like exact address of that variable. But in non-primitive data types they pass value by reference, like in like when we have like when we create an object, an array, and when we like manipulate them through another variable, then that manipulate the original array.
Okay. Okay. That's correct. Now, what are variables in JavaScript?
Variables.
Hmm. Yes.
Yeah, variables are basically container, we can say that container to store some values.
Hmm. Okay. So, in how many ways can we create a variable?
There are three ways: let, var, and const.
Okay. What is difference between let and var?
Let and var, yeah.
Hmm.
So when we create variable through var keyword,
Hmm.
then the basically var keyword then the scope of that var keyword will be like global. But in let, when we create a variable through let keyword, then the scope of that variable will be local.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference, main difference.
That's not correct.
That's not correct.
Yes. We'll come to that.
Let and where, na?
Yes, yes.
So
Where is
when
not a
we
global scope and let is not a local scope. We'll
yeah,
see. When we come to the output based questions round, I will ask one question. Okay.
okay, okay.
Which will clear this. Okay. Now, one second. Let's say, can you explain me this DOM? What is DOM? Why do we use DOM?
DOM is basically DOM stands for document object model. That DOM is basically used to manipulate our HTML content through the JavaScript.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
that's
good.
it. And like DOM is used to
Mm,
like manipulate JavaScript elements, sorry, HTML elements, and like add new elements or remove, perform
mm.
like different interactive tasks on web page.
Okay. Okay. That's good. Now, what is higher order function?
Higher order function. Higher order function. So higher order function. Uh, I think higher order function are.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, yes, yes. You can
Yeah.
continue. By
So
mistake, I closed the tab. Yeah, higher order functions you can explain.
what?
You can explain what are higher order
Okay, yeah.
functions.
So higher order functions are the functions that have the higher priority than like normal functions. I
Okay,
think
that's good.
that,
Then
that's it.
and there shall be
Maybe
lower order functions, right?
what?
If this is higher order function, there should be some lower order functions.
Like no lower order functions. Like
कुछ भी कुछ
I
भी
forgot it.
ऐसे मत करो, ठीक है? अगर नहीं
Okay.
पता है तो बोल दो कि नहीं पता है. That will be far better than just trying to guess. Okay?
Okay.
ठीक है.
ये नहीं पता.
ठीक है. What is difference between argument and parameter?
Argument and parameter.
Uh,
So when we create a function, then we write inside that. When we create a function, then inside the bracket we write a parameter that what that function will accept, like
mm,
what the function will
yes.
accept. And when we call that function, and then we pass some data inside that calling function, like in that call, then that is argument.
Yes, that's correct. So what can you explain me what is the use of map method?
Map,
What
yeah. So map is basically a loop that gives like when we that gives the elements of array or object. Each element like single element of array or object.
okay, so we can use map on objects.
Yeah, yeah, we can use object map on object.
Okay. Okay, we cannot use map on objects.
We cannot
Okay,
use
okay, okay. You are thinking new map, that one?
what?
I'm are you like I'm asking about array.map, not new map.
It's
Like
array dot map. So
yes.
array dot map that gives the each element of that array
Okay.
and returns. I think map do not returns a array.
What does map return?
Like map, there is a for each and map. Two types or like many types of loop are there, but
Hmm.
most of time we use for each and like map.
Yeah, so what is the difference between map and for each?
So yeah, for each the like loop is basically same, but the for each returns a new array,
Okay,
but map do not returns array.
okay. You have told the other way around.
What?
You have told whatever should be answer for map, you have told for each. What is answer for each? You told for map. Did you
Okay,
understand?
it's opposite.
You said the opposite. Okay,
Confused.
okay. Now you know React also, right?
Yeah, little bit of React.
Okay, little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Then let's not go to React. We'll focus on JavaScript, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, that's
Okay,
good.
so can you share your screen? I will ask some questions.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No, entire screen. Is it visible?
Yes. So I'm sending one question. What you can do
Yeah.
is you can copy this and paste in VS Code. Just open one folder in VS Code, some empty folder, and create new JavaScript and CSS file, JavaScript and HTML file. Create one HTML file also so that we can connect and open it in
Yeah.
browser. And also zoom in your VS Code. Just do 2-3 times Control plus.
So should I make this live?
Make it live server. Open with that. And
Yeah. Control panel, like
uh,
developer tools.
yes, yes. Just do Control plus. Yes, yes. Zoom in, and that is enough. Now
Yeah.
zoom in all in the VS Code also.
Yes, code also.
Yes,
Is this
that's
like
enough.
good?
Now
Yeah, that's
connect the
like
JavaScript
connected.
file. Put a console log here just to make sure if it is
Yeah, yeah.
connected.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so I've sent you one question. You can
Yeah,
copy
yeah.
it and paste it here.
Is this?
Yes. So
Yes.
what will be
So it will be the
output of
output.
this? Yes. From line number 3, what will come, and from line number 6, what will come?
So the here line number 3, the output will be like 10, and in line number 6, here also will be like un- undefined or no, but we are calling the function. So like 10, 10.
Okay, from both places, 10 will come.
Yeah.
Because
So,
don't check it now. Why
okay.
why will it will be 10?
So we are creating using var keyword. Okay, so var inside, so the scope of this var keyword is like this is the local scope of this var. So the x will be 10, but we are also calling the function.
Okay.
So no, calling the function that will like 10, and here we are also, so the I guess scope will be like global. Global, due to global scope, the scope of where is global. Hello.
Yes. So because where is global scope, on line number
Yeah,
6 we'll get 10, right?
yeah.
Yeah, now you can check.
Console, can I console?
Yes, you can come to the console and check.
Yeah, X is not defined. Oh,
Okay, so this is why I said var is not global scope. Var is a function scope.
function scope.
Okay,
Okay.
then what is let?
Think. What is let?
Hmm.
So let is
Which
like
scope?
local scope.
Local scope and function scope both are same.
Or the both are same.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay, so I will send you another question. You have to answer it. You can, if you want to save that question, you can comment that, or you can clear that. This is a new question I've sent.
so yeah. Let equal to 1. Uh, so here is the also concept like that functional scope. Here will be like 1 and 2, and here undefined. Like
Okay.
first A will be undefined, then the program stop executing.
Okay. So is it because of function scope?
Yeah, I
But we
think
have not
so.
created any function yet.
Yeah, yes, we haven't created any function. But the scope is like the scope of let when we create the scope of let is inside that curly braces,
Okay. What do
and
we
we are
call those?
accessing that
If we change it to var, what will happen?
var.
Change both let to var.
So now it will be 1 2 1 2.
Okay. So what those curly brackets are called? Do you know that?
Basically, yeah, that are basically defines the scope of the variable.
Okay. Those curly brackets are called block.
Block, yeah,
Okay.
block
And
scope.
let is a block scope. If you
Yeah,
create
block
using
scope.
var, it will
Yeah,
not be
the global.
confined to the boundary of that block scope. But if we
I
use
think,
let, uh,
yeah. Let, but by using let, we cannot access out of this block, na?
yes,
Or
that's
should,
correct. That's
yeah,
correct.
yeah. But in where we can access.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
So now
That's
what do you understand from this?
So I mentioned that outside the block, like where keyword where keyword support also supports like we can access where keyword outside the block, but
Yes,
in let we can only access inside the block element. I think that block,
scope.
yeah,
Okay.
block scope.
So now if I ask you what is difference between let and var, what you will say?
So yeah, the so the let only supports like let only supports block scope. Let supports block scope. When we create variable using let, then the scope of that variable will be blocked.
Yes.
Block inside that block only we can access that. And when we create a variable using var, and then we can access outside the block. We can also
Yeah.
access the outside of the block.
Yeah, that's correct. So basically you have to say let is a block scope variable, var is a function scope variable.
Function. Okay.
Okay. Uh, yeah, that's it. Uh, Even if you
Right.
want to be more precise, you can say if if we create a variable using var, it will be
Yeah.
function scope, and if we
Okay.
create a variable using let, it will be a block scope. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So should I check or?
Yeah, you can check. You can check uh, for var and for let. You can check.
Yeah. So that's correct.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Okay. Okay, what will happen if we change to let?
let, then the output will be 1, 2, and then undefined.
Okay, undefined will it come? Is it correct?
Yeah, there will be undefined.
Okay, undefined means that
That the
undefined data type.
variable is not defined or like that.
Okay, so what will come? Undefined or the variable is not defined?
The variable is not defined.
So is there any
Like
difference between undefined?
yeah, so undefined is basically we have created the variable,
Hmm.
like when we have taken the memory space for the variable, but we haven't initialized that variable or put any value to the inside that variable, so that
Okay.
will be undefined.
Hmm.
But the variable is not declared is like we haven't declared the variable.
Okay.
So there
So
will be, I think, the variable is not defined.
okay. So what is difference between undefined and where and some
None.
variable is not defined?
Oh, some variable is not defined. So
Hmm.
yeah, that undefined basically means that we have declared the variable. Like we have created let
Okay.
A.
Okay. You have already said that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, undefined is a data type. Okay.
Yeah, so that is
And
data
something
type.
is not defined is an error. Okay. Is an
Yeah.
error message. Okay. It will come in red colors.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So whenever there is error, you should not say that it will be undefined. Okay. Undefined and not defined both have very much like
Different.
they are different things. So don't use it for one another. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'll send you another question.
No. Yeah, the console A. So here will be like undefined. It is
Okay.
basically the it creates memory execution context. So yeah, here will be undefined.
Okay.
In
Why it
undefined.
will be
The
undefined?
so when we create a variable, like in JavaScript, there's a concept called like global memory context or global execution context. I think
Okay.
that. So when we create variables in JavaScript, so the variables will move to the global execution context, and inside that global execution context, the variable will be defined as a undefined.
Okay.
And then again the code will be like then so the at first stage the var a will be undefined, and we are initializing the a before the declaration, so the
Okay.
a will be declared but the value will be undefined.
Okay. What will happen if we change it to let?
What? Let.
Hmm.
So here will be the error cannot access a before initialization.
Why?
So while using let, there is the concept called temporal dead zone. So when we create variable using let and const, then the temporal dead zone, then they will, and we try to access them before the initialization, then the like temporal dead zone occurs, and that will throw a error. We cannot initialize. Sorry, we cannot access the variable before declaration.
Okay. That's correct. Now, if I want you to answer this question, what will happen?
Should I check this?
Yeah, you can check you are correct for this one.
Yeah,
Hmm.
undefined.
Hmm.
In this,
Yes.
so here I will be const name console.log name. I think here will be cannot access name before initialization. I think
Okay, you can try it.
it's because the so I think here will be cannot access name before initialization.
Okay, you can check it.
cannot access. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Okay, just refresh it. Refresh the page. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, just type name here in the console.
yeah. Name is
Okay.
not defined. So
By the way, name is a global variable in JavaScript. I don't know why it is not coming. There is a global variable by name. Okay. I need to check why it is
okay,
not coming here. It's okay, but it is like if it was you said it right. Okay. Otherwise, it would have given empty string if uh,
okay, okay.
okay, if that global variable was present. In this case, it is not
Mm.
present. Okay, now another question I will ask you.
This where x equal to 20 console.log x where x equal to 10. Yes, here the output will be 20. No. Uh, so I think the output will be like undefined.
Okay, why undefined?
Check. So same here is the concept like when we have to access the above x, then we can use the here this keyword that denotes the current context of the function. But here we are accessing this direct x, so here is also like where will be undefined x it will be undefined, so the console will be logged as undefined.
Yes, that is correct. Can you explain why undefined will come here?
So how undefined will come? So at first stage there will be like a memory execution, global execution context which will be created for this program, and at that global execution context there will be variable created x and another will be created as a function foo. Both will be undefined.
Yes.
So there will be another variable, another global execution context for the function will be created, and at that function the var will be created as a var x will be created as a undefined, and same here we are trying to access before like initializing the value, so there will be undefined.
Okay. So why doesn't it try to access from the global scope?
What?
Why don't it get the value from global scope?
So we can access the like variable of global, but we have to use here this keyword.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so
Now,
this keyword denotes the current context, and the current context of this function is this where.
okay. Now
Yeah, so
I want
should
you
I
to
check?
create a string. No, you can. Yeah, that's correct. You don't need to check. It's correct.
Okay. Yeah. So what?
Yeah. So I want you to create one string. Come to VS Code,
Yeah. Okay,
and in the
just
string you can give like create a variable username.
let
Let username or user intro. Yeah,
username.
is equal
Should
to
I initialize value?
yes. Just say my name is with because something. My name is so
Yeah.
right now only B of because is capital, right? But
Yeah. So
I want
should
you
I
to
make it small or like
I
tell me.
want you to make capital for each word. Like M should be capital, N
Each
should be capital, and I should be capital because it's already
like
capital.
m
Huh.
yeah like M should be capital, N should be capital, or like a whole word sentence should be
No,
capital.
not everything. Only first letter of each word should be capital here. So you need to perform some string operation and make
Yeah,
it.
some string operation like I think user name. I think like username to capital. Like I can do that one by one.
No, not one by one.
Like
Okay, you can try. You can try one by one. Let's see what will happen.
username 0. Username dot 0 dot workcase. Work this. So yeah, like I think like this we can do.
Yeah, now you can check what will happen. First, check for one if it is working or not. Don't.
Okay. No. Oh, I
You need
haven't
to.
console.
You need to console log.
No, it is not working.
So this will not work.
No. Yeah, I don't know how to do this.
Okay.
Flow. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So can you remove all the space? If I ask you to just remove all the space and put everything together, can you do that?
Like remove all the space. Like I also don't know that.
Okay. Okay, no problem. So if I give you one API endpoint, let's say JSON placeholder, open JSON placeholder. And do you know
What?
JSON?
J
You know JSON placeholder?
JSON placeholder.
Yes. Just search on Google JSON placeholder.
JSON.
Yeah. So click on the first one, and here just scroll down. Yeah. So if you take that HTTP response, yeah, just URL, just copy it.
Yeah.
So come to VS Code and make a API call and get the
Fetch
data
the data. Okay.
using async await. You know async await?
Yeah.
Yeah, so use
First
async
of all, I
await.
have to let UI equals to
Close the side file menu in the sidebar.
function. Yeah, so we will fetch and pass URL, and after that, then
You don't have to use them. Without using them,
what?
you need to.
Okay.
Without using them.
Await. Let response equals to await let response equals to data response. So now I can let final data equals to await data location dot log final data. Yeah. So should I run this?
Yes, you can try. It won't work.
Oh, oh, yeah, I forgot to like. Undefined. Wait just a second. Let async function data. Okay, this data is not accessing. So yeah, I have got the data, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. Now, how many?
Should I
It is
check?
giving one user, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
I want you to change the URL. Just change the URL.
Like
Close
this one.
this. No, close this. Close this. Come to VS Code.
Okay.
Here in the URL, to dos. Change the to dos to users.
Users.
Yes, and
Yeah.
remove /1.
Slash.
/1 also.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now check what is data. It will be users data,
Yeah, yeah,
and
I can
user
see
will
an
have
array
name.
that contains object. Yeah.
Yes. So now from here you can think like we are
Yeah, yeah,
going to
man.
start machine coding round. So what I
Yeah,
want you to do is show this user's name and user's
yeah.
email, two things, in a card, in a like box kind of thing on the page.
In a
Uh,
on the page, no?
yes.
So yeah, like let me do that. This HTML. Yeah. So like gardener there. Uh, username and email.
Yes.
H1,
Don't use H1. You can use H2 because H1 is already present.
yeah, that's two. So where I should write? No, I can access directly by query selector two, and I can use H3 for email. Only name and email. So let name document dot get element by
So
data.
for this thing, you have 20 minutes of time. Okay, in 20 minutes you have to do it.
Okay. Here. like should I display all of this name or like
Yes,
one not one?
all names we want.
All names 10. 10
Yes,
users name.
yes, yes.
Yeah, so where I will do final data equals to, yeah, I got the final data, so final data dot like map. Here the object will become simple resolution. Like that will become that means and the loop will Oh, shit. Email is not defined. Email is not defined. And I know. Name. This is not defined. Yeah, I have done. Hello.
Yes. Now put it in a card. It should be like a box. Name, name and username. They
Email
should be inside one box. They
inside a
should be
box.
just put a border, black color border.
Okay. Div. Let me create another CSS. Which color red? Let me check. CSS. That's okay. And border.
Border radius you don't need to. Border 1 pixel solid. Yes.
Yeah. So should I make this more smaller, or
yeah, there should be one box for each username. Like there should be 10 boxes here. Here right now there is one box. I want you
one
to
box?
yeah make 10
Like
10 different boxes.
10, like here should I create one box, and here like this?
Yeah. For one username and email there should be one box.
Okay, for
Put
one
put
username.
username and email in one box.
Okay, one user box and inside one box. Like 1% detail in one box.
Yes, correct. There are 10%, so there are 10 boxes here.
Yeah, so there that. So here I styling. Div. One box. So I don't know actually. I guess I should. So after that. No, I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Okay, now, yeah, time is almost over. Like you have 2-3 minutes. If you want to try, you can try.
I'll try. I can create a div, and inside the div I will tell what div. Yeah, I don't know. So you can
Okay.
tell me.
Okay. So you can try it later. Okay.
Yeah, I will definitely try.
Yeah. Okay, now you can stop sharing your screen.
Okay, stop presenting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Now, if I ask you to rate yourself out of 10 points, how many points you will give for this interview?
6.
Yeah, that's good enough. I would also give 6 points. And if you would have performed like better in this final round, maybe 7 or 6.5 points you may
Yeah,
have got. You have closed. You have reached very close. Only final thing you
yeah.
are not able to implement. So that is a good thing. And if you ask me, are you selected for this interview or not? So what do you think? Are you selected or not?
I don't think so
Hmm.
because
Hmm.
as you told that CSS is important, and like
Hmm.
I also need to like rem repeat some concept of JavaScript so I
Yes.
can perform better next time.
Yeah. So basically, you are not selected for this interview. Okay.
Yeah,
So you need to focus more on the concepts. CSS
yeah,
concepts is first thing. Okay.
yeah,
And
yeah,
also JavaScript concepts. So
yeah,
uh, if your fundamental concepts are clear, you will be able to answer clearly, and also you'll be code faster and without a doubt. Okay.
yeah.
So uh, you need to like
Practice.
uh,
Yeah,
first clear your concept and then practice a lot. Okay.
yeah, yeah,
Do
yeah,
you have
yeah.
any questions?
The questions, let me check. Okay, 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 okay. Yeah, x equals to 10. Yeah, as you told, this is functional scope, so where will be the like
Yeah, so
10?
those questions I'm not asking. Those questions you can search yourself. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, that I
And
can say.
those are like any other suggestion or guidance, anything.
Yeah, like questions, not that type of questions.
Okay. Okay.
Like
So
is Linux and CLIs are important for web dev, or
yeah, in front-end development, it is not that much important, but if you
but
are
in
doing
backend,
in backend,
backend.
it will be important. So
Yeah,
in front-end, anything which is important is JavaScript and CSS. If you know
yeah,
these two things, you can do anything. You can
yeah,
do React, you can do
yeah,
Angular, you can do anything. You can make anything. So
yeah,
learn master CSS and JavaScript. You can follow my playlist on both things. Okay.
yeah, definitely.
And all the things that I have asked you here, that has
Yeah,
been
yeah.
already taught in my JavaScript playlist. It is very comprehensive, 60 hours.
Okay,
It
okay,
will take
okay.
time, okay, but you'll become
That
very
will
good.
clear my doubts.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I
Okay.
will definitely.
Okay. Bye. Bye, Vikas. Okay. Take
Okay,
care.
bye.